Virtual systemic inquiry. I know your first thought is probably, you want to do what? Well, if you give me a couple of minutes, hopefully I can explain to you what this is about and why, and we'll see where it goes from there. If we begin with an awareness that we have a situation that we've determined for one reason or another needs to be addressed, an intervention, something needs to be done, and hopefully that we've learned enough from the current state of reality to realize that the majority of today's problems are the direct result of yesterday's solutions. On the previous slide, we are the poster children for Pogo's comment. We have met the enemy, and he is us. We are our own worst enemies on an ongoing basis, and the world that we deal with on an ongoing basis from day to day is pretty much proof of that. But so, with an awareness of that, hopefully we've come to realize that before we decide to act, it's probably a good thing to develop an understanding of what the situation is and why it is the way it is before we decide to alter it to be what we think we want it to be. Though in developing that understanding, there's a realization that the environment, the context that we have to deal with is complex and usually appears more often than not simply complicated and overwhelming and a mess, as Akoff used to refer to most of the situations that we deal with on an ongoing basis. And the implications of our actions are separated by distance and time, which makes it even more difficult to understand the implications of the relationships that exist in this spaghetti world of the environment that are responsible for creating a situation that we understand that, or we've determined that we need to deal with for one reason or another. Though with that reality, we know that one way or another we have to develop a strategy that when we implement it is likely to improve the situation, to transform it into the context that we are interested in creating. And a strategy which explicitly is intended to minimize unintended consequences, because seldom do we run into unintended consequences which are positive. They usually either make the current situation worse or create new problems that we or someone else has to deal with in the future. So not only do we want to develop a strategy that deals with the current situation, but we also want the strategy to be such that when we adopt it, it's explicitly designed to minimize the unintended consequences. So if this is the intent for creating the future, the other part of the realization is in the environment in which we live currently and operate and attempt to do this creating the future is not like the world of yesterday. It used to be that whenever there were problems to be solved, the immediate approach was a bomb, a big old meeting. In the current context, oftentimes seldom is it possible for the situation to be addressed and understood in a strategy developed by an individual. And those people who are most appropriate to be involved in developing the understanding and the strategy are distributed around the globe in who knows how many different time zones. And there are a lot of realities that they deal with on an ongoing basis, so that it is possible that this set of actions needs to be accomplished by a group of people who may never actually be able to meet in anything that resembles a meeting. So the question is, how do you accomplish this systemically and develop a systemic approach to dealing with this situation in a virtual manner with a group of individuals who simply cannot function in anything that resembles a group in the way that we've thought about it in the past. So the next 11 or 12 videos will present a set of thoughts that have evolved about how to do virtual systemic inquiry and actually do this in today's environment. So please join me in the videos that are to follow in the near future. Take care. Bye.